You're trying to say I'm not obese. I'm positive. Huh? He is. Good morning, or good afternoon. If this is your first time seeing this video, please make sure you stick around and see how my day ends. If you are a returning subscriber, we say thank you so much for tuning in. Today is another day in the classroom, and my students will be looking at eating disorders in sports. Stick around and see what happens. Replacement, and if you don't see fluid replacement, you'll see fluid resuscitation, and it is the medical practice of replenishing body fluids lost through sweating, bleeding, fluid shifts, or other pathological process. So we're going to write this off. Alright, so now we're looking at why fluid replacement is important. So we're saying drinking fluid during exercise is necessary to replace the fluids lost in sweat. This action will reduce the risk of heat stress, and it helps you to maintain normal muscle function and prevent dehydration. So dehydration is missing from this slide, so we're going to copy this off as well. So these are some of the factors that affect our diet. So how old we are, our gender, and our lifestyle affect our diet. So say for example, we have Nicardo, myself, and a baby. Would we both have the same dietary needs? Why? Age, what else? Gender, what else? Separate and apart from lifestyle, but would the baby be able to eat what we have, what we consume? Alright, so these are some of the factors that affect how we eat, and especially in sports, how we eat. Now we're looking at, and this is the major thing that we're going to focus on today. We're looking at some eating disorders, and we have anorexia, we have bulimia, and we have binging. So there are three: anorexia, bulimia, binging, and we're going to find out what is the difference between each of them when we're finished. Alright, so the first one that we're looking at is anorexia, and if I'm not mistaken, I gave two definitions. There's a hard one and there's an easy one. So we're saying it is an eating disorder characterized by an abnormally low body weight and an intense fear of gaining weight and a distorted perception of weight. So basically, anorexia is you have a very low body weight and you're afraid of eating because you're afraid of because you think in your mind that you are fat when you're not actually fat. So you have a low body weight, you have an intense fear of gaining weight, and you have a distorted perception of weight. So in your mind, you're 500 pounds when you actually maybe only weigh 90 pounds. And because of that fear, it makes you not want to eat any at all. Everybody understand that explanation? Why is Anton the only person answering? Did everybody get that understanding? Okay. Alright, I gave only one definition for this one. Alright, so now we're looking at bulimia. And if we don't see bulimia, we see bulimia nervosa. It's the same thing. And we're saying it is an illness in which a person has a great fear of becoming fat, so they make themselves vomit after eating. Another definition is, excuse me, a mental illness in which someone eats in an uncontrollable way and in a large amount and then vomit intentionally. So if you eat a big plate of food and then you push your hand in your mouth in order to vomit because you don't want whatever you eat to stay with you. Everybody get that? Alright.
Miss after preventing
Preventing dehydration. You see how many times we spell the word? D-E-H-Y-D-R-A-T-I-O-N. Dehydration. Binging. Sure you mean. Alright, so we're saying binging is a severe, life-threatening and treatable eating disorder characterized by recurrent episodes of eating large quantities of food, often very quickly and to the point of discomfort. So when we binge eat, is that we have episodes. So we had our breakfast, and by the time we got to school, we had something else. We were not hungry, but we felt like eating something nice, so we had something else. We had another snack again before lunch. Lunch, we bought a large lunch. After we had that, then we had a cup soup. And if Miss Janet has any patties left, we had a patty and a drink as well. And then when we look, we cannot, we have to open our pants front and open our belt because we're uncomfortable. So that's what binge eating is. So you binge eat, Alex? That's not good. Alright, so now we're looking at lifestyle diseases, and if I remember correctly, I had given you this to do for homework, and none of you did it. I think except McPherson, because McPherson showed you his. So we're saying lifestyle diseases are the diseases that are linked with the way people live their life. These are non-communicable diseases. Do we know what that word means?
Yes, yes.
What does it mean? Right, so it's diseases that you cannot catch from going beside somebody, from taking something from somebody, or from eating from somebody. It has everything to do with your lifestyle. Everybody understand that? Alright, very good. So we're going to copy this off. Alright, so now we're looking at some examples of lifestyle diseases. So we're going to write them off. If you notice, none of the diseases that are on the board, we can get them by touching. We can't get them if we eat from somebody. It has to do with our lifestyle. I'm wrong, you know, in terms of slim persons can be obese. Obese in the terms that for your height and weight ratio, you're obese. So say for example, you're say 4 feet 2 inches, and you're over 200 pounds, then you would have been obese for your weight, for your height, sorry. So he's not wrong. Yeah, he's not wrong, but it's just how he's trying to explain it. So for your height to weight ratio, you have to be at a certain body mass. You're trying to say I'm not obese. I'm positive. Huh? He is. He is obese. For his height, he's overweight. So for your height, Alex, you are overweight. Where we need to be silent now for what we're going to do, because I'm not going to. Yes, Steve-Og, I'm not going to be repeating myself. Alright? So remember we said that we had 3 chances in order to sit the subject, right? And we gave 3 tests. And for some persons, you didn't qualify any at all. Remember I said also that you needed to get 65% in order to sit the subject. And if I was to use 65, I would only have 2 persons from this class and 1 person from grade 12. If I was to use 65 for the point at which to recommend you, I would only have 2 persons from this class. That's how bad it is. 2 from 18. That's bad. With that being said, I realized that for persons like Alex and Antoine, who have already gotten the 65, you're fumbling. You chose football. Did you play? Did you play? On Friday? When was the test? Wednesday. Did you play? How long did you play for? You played the full match? Okay. I realized that you You're making your choices and it's affecting your education. And based on the scores that I'm seeing, I'm going to have to put in a lot of work, and you are not willing to put in the work. My first example to show you that you are not willing to put in the work, as everybody I'm not talking to you personally. Last week class, I said to you on Wednesday, we were invited to a seminar by JADCO. It's a part of the syllabus. Doping, drugs, it's a part of the syllabus, and we wouldn't have had to go in depth with it. One person came for the seminar, and that's statutory. Alex, excuse was him now walking at the sun from office. You the bad pastor. And me not teach it in depth, you know. That we are shown, and I'm showing you all the level of your thinking. Because I'm giving up myself. I didn't have to push to go to the seminar because I didn't even get the invitation, because when the lady was calling me, she didn't get me. I reached out to the lady and said, because I'm at grade 11, me need enough to at least experience it from somebody else teaching me. And then the statutory alone came. So I'm not going to be giving up myself anymore. The buck stops with you. If I give something and you don't do it, I'm not going to teach it. Because at this point in time, I can only give of myself and so much more. And this year is a year that I'm spread so thin. If I'm not careful, I'm going to pass out, and I'm not going to pass out over my job. I'd rather go home. So you all have to know what it is that you want. So I'm going to give out the papers, and then we're going to go through them. And then after we have gone through them, we're going to tell the persons who will be recommended. Alright, so Martin is not here. Mark, here you go. And you look like you like that number, you're bad. Tatri. J-Roy is not here. No, you have to pay $50, Papa. $50 everybody pay. No printing now, go on here, start outside when we get them here print. Marlon.
Yeah, make sure you're going.
I think so. Yeah, I do. I'm not sure if I have them on me or if I have them at home, because I had to take the papers home to Mark. Them are one Buddha, come for your paper. Come for your paper, one Buddha. Leonardo, here you go. Mr. Ryan, come for your paper. Mr. McPherson, come for yours. And then we're going to go through the paper. And on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me how hard the paper was. Ricardo, Alex, who? Alright. How hard was the paper? With one being easiest, 10 being the hardest. How hard was the paper? It was hard? One being the hardest, one being the easiest, so it was easy. Alright. And most of you all failed. The highest was 63, and that's Mark. Alright? So now we're going to go through the paper. First question says, the ability to change direction quickly while moving relates to. And get it wrong. And all the time say it wrong on the paper and still never get it. The answer is agility. Use a different color pen to circle the answers. Question 2. When a bone is forced out of its natural position, the condition is called dislocation. I'm tired to teach that one, that them two questions. All right. Alex will not put the paper and say in talk out and mouth and pass already. So I don't know if that is why I'm asking about me. I want a great little boy to come in here and ruffle up your feather. Because you not do nothing. You get comfortable. If you continue, so you're going to feel. Watch and see. Anyhow, you continue, so Alex, you are going to fail. Remember I told you. Question 3. Remember you failed too, you know, say don't nobody. You failed too. Don't mind him bad. Anybody if you want to tell him because Alex. Thank you. It's a paper where Alex supposed to ruffle up him ears and the paper no hard. Question 3, let's go. Question 3 says, which of the following treatments is used for an ankle sprain? And I see some people that do CPR. You're going to do CPR for your leg? For the person's leg? We obviously don't know what the acronyms mean. The answer is RICE. Rest, ice, compress, elevate. Question 4, which surprised me a lot. I don't understand why most of us got this one incorrect. The question says, which essential nutrient in the body of humans make up 60% of your body weight? Who do HSB in here? Who do HSB in here? Let us listen for the answer. The answer is what? Hey, come here. Pass a spray bucket here. Give me. Sit here. Pass it to me. Pass it to me. What you say? You ask me for it or you tell me say it. Eh? Tell your classmates. Water. Water. In the HSB, but you didn't show the test. You don't do integrated science? I think only one person got this question correct. Which of the following situations is likely to contribute to injuries? A is the answer, lacking physical fitness. It can't warm up and cool down. It can't follow the rules of the game. Oh, I'm sorry. We're at number 6, so number 6 is A. Number 5 says, which of the following should an athlete include in his or her diet to prevent constipation? Fiber. Not fat. Fiber. Fiber. D. Number 5 is D. And number 6 is A. Number 6 is A. Number 7 says, which of the following foods are rich in fiber? Nuts and seeds, legumes and fruits. So the answer is B. B is the answer. Number 7. No, sorry, the answer is A. The answer is A. Not if you one way you get can't save you. So the answer is A. Question 8. The body generates ATP from the breakdown of carbohydrates. We did that in class before the test. So nobody should have gotten that one incorrect. Yep, most of you did. Question 9 says, which of the following are used as a source of energy in the absence of carbohydrates and fat? Can only be protein. Question 10. Which is an essential agent? Water is an essential agent for the many processes that keep us alive. Which of the following is not true of water? A is the answer, to suppress appetite. Question 11. A sports injury can be an injury caused to a sports person whilst in action. These injuries can be classified as, the answer is D. If from you see 1, 2, and 3, it simply means you have to look down at the bottom for the answer. So the answer is D. Question 12. Which of the following nutrients helps to repair muscle damage? Protein. C. Question 13. Sugar is stored as glycogen in the liver. D. You got it incorrect and you're saying stupidness? Question 14. Which nobody is not supposed to get wrong. Which of the following is the lowest level of organization in the body? A. God, are you alone? Question 15. Which of the following are methods of training in sport? All of them are the answer. So the answer is D. 1, 2, and 3. And that's an easy 15 marks. 2. And we have health and nutrition, and all the questions came from that section. Question says, identify two nutrients found in food. Alright, so that's correct. So if you had carbohydrate, protein, fats, mineral, water, you would have gotten it correct. So that's a 2 marks. That's what we got 2 marks. Question 17. There are 2 categories of vitamins. Name them. No, sir. Water soluble vitamins, fat soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamins, fat soluble vitamins. Maybe not trying to figure out if I eat you want to say, you know, but I'm not sure. So, so the answers for 17 is water soluble vitamins, fat soluble vitamins. Question 18 says, the same place that you get A and, what did you just say you had? D and C, they are under categories. Question, because it's incorrect, I didn't ask you for examples. Fat soluble vitamins, water soluble vitamins. Question 18. No, sorry. Question, yes, 18. Give 2 foods that supply the body with carbohydrate. Bread, rice, pasta, yam, flour, cornmeal. Those are the foods. Question 19. Give 3 examples of Caribbean food groups. Fats and oils, vegetables and fruits, staples, legumes. You'll be surprised how many persons didn't get it. Question 20. Give 2 examples of sporting injuries. Sprains, bruises, burns. That's it. Hey! And if me say, if you tell me if you fought someone gets. Listen to me, I stated there is no more test. Remember, a lot of them didn't even want to pay the $50 for the paper. And a lot of them did not do the test because they chose not to pay the $50. Because according to them, I never said it. Sprain and strain or cuts and bruises. So I am not doing it. If I want to give a test and there's no printing going on, I'm not going out of my way to do it because it costs me. Question 21. That tells you how much you value your education. Because I don't want this. I have this already. Question 21 says, give 1 function of water in your diet. And if you, I think it's Demar and Mark, I think, figured it out. That we could have used the answers that was given at question 20, that question 10, except A. Demar and Mark was the only person who figured that we could use that. So water prevents dehydration, it removes toxin, waste toxin, and it may help us to maintain muscle tone. Demar and Mark are the only 2 persons who figured they could have done that. Sure, you're going to read and read with understanding. Question 22, and I'm tired of teaching this, giving this question. Specificity is an example of principle of training. Name any other 2. I would say S-P-O-R-T. I use the S, you have O-R-T leaf use. Overload, reversibility, tedium or time, progression. I'm tired of giving this question and you're getting it incorrect. So now we're at question 22. And you'll be amazed, 23, sorry, and you'll be amazed at how many persons misread this question. The question says, give 2 foods from which we get fats and oils. Butter, ackee, avocado, coconut oil, olive oil. Who? Margarine is, yeah. I gave it to you incorrect. Carry your paper, come and let me look. Look at 1 mark and I save you need, I know. You have margarine. Margarine? You said margarine. So I was trying to figure out what you were trying to say. So you spelled it incorrect, that's why I gave it to you. I didn't realize that was what you were trying to say. I couldn't figure it out.
Mandarin.
Mandarin.
So what
That is like a fruit. That is why I gave it to him. Yes, that's why I gave it to him wrong because I'm like mandarin. I didn't realize you were trying to say margarine. My bad.
Mandarin.
Alright, so question 24 says state 2 ways in which we treat sporting injuries. And we can come back right at question 3. So you have RICE, rice treatment, and you have drag back. No, sir. Final question and the easiest one on the paper. Identify 2 components of a training session. Alright. How hard was that now? Alright. We have to pick our roles based on the calendar of events that the principal posted. The date that she gave for the SBA practical is December 9th. It's a Friday, so I'm going to go to the vice principal to change it because I don't want a Friday. I would have a Thursday or a Wednesday because we have class on Wednesday. So if I can't get Wednesday, I'll take Thursday, but I definitely don't want a Friday. So on Wednesday, and I'm making sure that I talk again because I know nobody said they've never here. You see, on Wednesday, the first session we're going to do some class activity. The second session, which is from 4:15 to 5:15, is SBA class. You need a book separate and apart from your notebook because there are going to be days that I need to take that book from you. I mean, when you come and tell me say you need a book for no class, you now get it back. You need a different book. So no, you don't need a folder. Anything else you need, I'm going to tell you. You need to, Raymond, your book is on my desk. You need a different book. It can be a book that you were using previously, like an old book that you're not using anymore. So I'm going to tell you what we're doing on Wednesday, so you come with the mindset prepared for it. So on Wednesday we have two main things that we need to do.
No.
We need to give a name for the competition. Remember we said it's a long jump competition. So please come with a name so we can choose one. You can choose one from it. That's one. The second thing that we need to think about, the name of the competition? No, you're not choosing the name of the competition. You all need to come up with a name and we pick the best name for it, or parts of names can come together and join to make a name. And the final thing that we need to do is pick our roles. So the roles that we have are coaches, we can't find the syllable. So we have coaches, secretary, competition director, sports journalist, first aid officer, event official, did I say equipment manager? Equipment manager, competition director. So these are the roles that the competition cannot run without. We need a competition director, we need coaches, we need a medic, we need a sports journalist, and we need a secretary because we need persons to write letters. So remember, we have 9 persons, so we have to, no, you're not picked today, so think about it. Think about it, because I'm thinking you need to be the competition director. Look among the 9 names that were called. We have to make sure that everybody picks a role that they can effectively function in. So it don't make no sense to give a man competition director and we know his level, right? Because remember, the competition director is responsible for the whole running of the competition. So if somebody fails this, so everybody fails because everybody's SB is dependent on everything else. So I'm thinking you might need to switch from being a coach to a competition director. So think about it. Whatever, I don't want anybody from the 9 persons, I don't want anybody to think that if you pick a role, you're going to be left on your own. That's not the case, right? I'm going to guide you throughout the SB, right? So I'm going to tell you where you're going wrong, where you're going right. On the day of the competition, Miss Smith will not be able to assist you because I have to be fair in my judgment of what you're doing. So leading up, I'll assist. On the day, only way I'll assist if I see that you're failing. because my aim is not to allow anybody to fail. You will only fail if you don't do anything. You only fail if you don't turn up, right? So for the persons who are thinking about they want to be a coach, you have to get at least 3 athletes. So get 3, so in case 2 come, we have persons to jump. Because if we have nobody to participate in the competition can't go on.
So you say get 3 athletes?
If you heard your name from the list that was called, sure. So for the first part of the class on Wednesday, group activity for everybody. But after that, SBA session. So even though your name was not called, you still will have to come on competition day because a grade will be awarded for you. So those whose name were not called, can't say them now come competition day because a grade is awarded for those who are not sitting it in CXC. That's a graded action. Alright, remember we said 5 questions. Yes, security will get about and your lazy attitude. Remember, I haven't submitted the list as this, I can still take everything.
That is the game.
And please make sure you answer 5 questions. They're not hard. School AI, school is keeping on Wednesday. No, Mr. Yes, especially for the nights whose name I called, you have to be here on Wednesday. If you decide not to come, whatever role is left is what you're going to get and you can't change. Yes, Mr. McPherson. You called me so many times, I don't know what I'm answering, you're saying wrong. Not to worry.
Stop answering.
Remember, I spoke to you about your notes and I will not be talking to you about it again. Words didn't pass the test, so you don't have the option to talk in my class when you fail my test. Because simply means because you were talking, you didn't get what I taught. There's no but. You're always doing something wrong and they justify your behavior, but there's no but. You can't be wrong and there's a but. We are now at the end of another class. If you enjoyed, please make sure you come back and give my students some encouragement and support. Stick around for more amazing content. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed.
Peace out.
Be blessed and be encouraged on your journey. See you all in the next video. Bye now.